Jeff, adult child, we are trying to heal shame. It is August 21st, and here's the reading on your screen. August 21st, Inner Drugs. Great reading. Because we were raised in chaotic or controlling homes, our internal compass is oriented toward excitement, pain, and shame. This inner world can be described as an inside drugstore. The shelves are stocked with bottles of excitement, toxic shame, self hate, self doubt, and stress. Big Red Book, page 16. Do the following situations sound familiar? We walk into a room full of strangers and instinctively find the most toxic people in the room to befriend. We leave home with just enough time so our adrenaline is pumping when we arrive at our destination. We overcommit ourselves so that we can't possibly do everything we promise, and then shame ourselves because we failed yet again. Hmm. Many of us just naturally choose situations that create drama, people who are spinning out of control, and a life that balances on the edge of insanity. It almost feels like we're hardwired to operate that way. As we begin to understand the damaging effects of these inner drugs we keep taking, we learn to replace the toxic people and drama with mutually respectful relationships and healthy excitement for our recovery. We no longer need to recreate the familiar conditions of our childhood that keep us trapped in the chaos. We gradually begin to appreciate the peace and quiet of serenity. It takes time, but we now realize we deserve better than the hand we were dealt as children. Here's our affirmation. On this day, I choose healthy people to spend time with, people who also value serenity. I welcome the calm that is becoming my new normal. Copyright 2013 by Adult Children of Alcoholics and Dysfunctional Families, World Service Organization. This concept of endogenous drugs or the inner drugstore was probably one of the most fascinating pieces of information, bits of information that I gleaned from the program, from the literature, from the Big Red Book. Boom, right here. You know, there's the first part in this Big Red Book where it talks about these inner drugs is on page 16 in the book. And it talks about at the beginning of this reading, I believe that reading is, let's have a look. Yeah, that's 16 from the readings, page 16. And it stops there and it goes on in the Big Red Book to talk about not only the shelves are stocked with this toxic shit, but we also have canisters, it says, of lust, fear, and worry. All of this stuff's in drugs, guys. These I can take a hit of any of this stuff. I can take a hit of excitement, hatred, self-hatred, stress, worry, fear. My primary addiction is to fear. That is because I got charged with fear as a kid and I got doped up on it. I had to. I was in the environment. There was no choice. I was put into the situation. It's not my fault. I was in a situation where I was doped up on fear all the time. And I became, of course, you're going to be addicted to fear if you're doped up on fear all the time. I mean, if you're put in a violent home and or a shaming home or questioning home or uncertain home or just an unsafe place, and you're going to be doped up, you're going to be adrenalized all the time, that's going to become a natural response. It's just crazy to think about that. And I still have that today. And you can see it transpiring in your life because you can gauge where you are in your recovery. How many relationships have you had recently where it's unhealthy, it's toxic? You're addicted to the relationship, to the person because they're creating chaos in your life. That's probably you need to be working on your program. There's stuff that's got to happen. You're reaching a bottom, you've hit a bottom, and you've got to start reassessing some things in your life so that you can get better and other people can get better around you. You know, you don't want to drag somebody else down. You don't want to drag each other down, and so hopefully people can go their way and they can heal. And that's what we want. We want people to heal. We do. We want the best for them and we want them to heal just like we want to heal ourselves. That's number one. We got to heal, man. So in order to do that, we need to start looking at this affirmation. And the affirmation says very clearly at the bottom here of this reading, it says, on this day, I choose healthy people to spend time with, people who also value serenity. I welcome the calm that is becoming my new normal. When I'd go back and I would visit my mother, for example, and I love my mom, and we just had a great talk the other day about stuff. She was being supportive and helping me through this hard time that I'm going through, the breakup and all that. It's very, very painful. And I was talking to her, and although I love her and everything, if I go around her in person, there becomes a very sick and twisted dynamic that happens every time. And it's because I guess we're both just addicted to the drama. So we I don't know who starts it. I don't know who I don't feel like I do. Honestly, of course, the other person going to say the same thing. It's just the two people together. Some people, you put them together and there's just a dynamic there, that there's a negative energy, a negative synergy going on, a negative feedback loop where whether one pushes and pulls like a magnet, like Ed Sheeran, like a magnet too. We push and pull like a magnet do. You know, Man, it's sometimes you suck to the person, sometimes you're repelling them, and it can be just so toxic. And it's not either person's fault. It's just that dynamic, those energies together are just creating a friction. Maybe if you're with a different person, like if I'm not with my mom, I'm with somebody else. um, I might be less repulsive or less toxic with that other person. But I got to look at my part in things too and see what kind of toxic energy do I bring to situations. It's not just about the person or the dynamic or the two people energies together. I may be bringing stuff to relationships and friendships, intimate relationships, partnerships, whatever, that I don't even see that I'm bringing, and it's just happening. And that's why I'm doing recovery. And it's a long, hard road. I can't always see the things that I'm having trouble with because I'm in the fucking forest. How can I see the trees? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's hard to see the forest for the trees, or whatever they say. Um, yeah. So I'm having trouble because I'm in the middle of it. I'm right down in it, and I need to do the 1,000 foot, that 10,000 foot zoomed out, exploded out view, so I can look down on what's going on and try to see myself and where I am and what I'm bringing to relationships. Because this one I was in, um, with the partner, with the girlfriend, wow, I must have been bringing some really nasty stuff in because she was getting triggered. I was getting triggered. She would get triggered and that would trigger me. So, my program tells me to look at my part in things. And I need to see what I was bringing into that relationship that was unhealthy. I can see some things, but I need to see it more clearly because, of course, I have a natural tendency to say, well, it takes two. It was just the two energies were incompatible or something. But I was bringing something in, and I need to reflect on it and see what that was. I really need to sit down and do some soul searching and find out what I was bringing because I don't want to do it again. I don't want to bring that to the next relationship or whatever happens going forward. I want to get help, and that's why I've got therapy coming up in a day, and I want to get the help I need to heal and to be a better person. So I don't have to infect another person with whatever I'm bringing, whatever toxicity I'm bringing into a relationship. We've all got baggage. We've all got baggage, but if I'm bringing stuff into a relationship and that person's already got issues in their own baggage, that's going to be a push and pull, tug of war, incompatibility going on there. It's not anybody's fault. It's just people need to work on themselves. We're all human, and we all have issues. And I want to also work today on really praying for compassion and love for those I feel have wronged me. And I pray they get what they want and they get what they deserve and they get what they need and that they have good health, happiness, and success. And I pray for all people. I pray for everybody in my life or who's not in my life now. I pray for my girlfriend, that she has good health, happiness, and success and is healing and is doing well and is happy. And I do. And it's hard to pray because I'm still hurt and angry, but I pray for her. I really pray for her. So, yeah. I don't know. I understand why my older brother goes to religion, and my younger brother. I understand going to the Bible. I went to the Bible this morning. I pulled it off the shelf, and I was looking for forgiveness, for readings on forgiveness, because I want to forgive and I want to heal, man. I don't want to be angry. I don't want to be resentful, contemptuous, or full of rage. I want to be happy, and I want other people to be happy too. So I have a lot of work to do on myself, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to keep healing. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, am I feeling sorry for myself, or maybe my feelings are really just coming out now? I'm starting to feel. I'm starting to feel. It hurts. I've had so much pain stuffed down inside for decades. I never knew how to feel. And this is hard. It's hard to feel. It's hard to not be afraid of what others think if they hear me cry or be vulnerable. It's hard to be alone. It's hard to be alone with my emotions and my feelings because I think they're never going to end. And if I let them out, people are going to laugh at me and judge me. And I have to be strong. And I have to be tough. And I have to put on a strong face in public. And I can't let my guard down. It's like living in hell. But I want to get better. And I know there's help. And I know I can do it. It's just going to take some time. But I hope my higher power hears me. I know it does. Whatever it is, Jesus, I don't give a shit what you call it. My higher power is there, and I know it's protecting me. It's going to help me get through this. I want to heal. I want to love. I want to laugh. I want people to be happy. And I'm going to work at it one day at a time. And that's all I got today. Until next time, you guys hang in there too. All the best.